Welcome to Weekly Success Message 1. My name's Brent Pinkston, your remote life coach from Tampa, Florida. And I want to first tell you a little bit about the Weekly Success Message. My purpose here is to start from the very beginning on a goal achievement journey and help people with a framework to achieve the things in life they want to achieve. And today I want to start with the very foundational part of this, which is you. And this is what I mean by that. A lot of times we'll start to take off on a goal achievement journey and we'll just set the goals and we'll jump right in. But we've not done anything to build self-awareness, to build awareness of our environment. And that's what I want to talk about today. So the foundation of today's success message is to provide you a couple of exercises that will do several things. First of all, it will build your self-awareness. It will build your situational awareness. And it will also build your understanding of the things that are holding you back. One of the things that we often don't realize is most of what holds us back are the thoughts that we have on a daily basis. 90 to 95% of the thoughts that we think in a day are repetitive thoughts from yesterday. And most of those thoughts are often what gets in the way of our success. I want you to think about this. If you're not a morning person and you go to bed at night and you set an alarm for 5 a.m., when you get up, your mind immediately starts telling you and asking you if there's anything we can do to stay in bed just a little bit longer. And those are the nature of these autonomous thoughts that kind of come up. So today I want to give you a couple of exercises that will help you to do two things. First of all, it will help you to recognize thoughts on a more regular basis. And number two, it'll help you to not let those thoughts stop you, to be able to act in spite of having those thoughts, because we're going to help you to learn how to deal with those thoughts and then go on with whatever it is you decided to do. I want to introduce you to the two exercises, and the two exercises are around mindfulness. And between mindfulness and learning not to identify with all of my thoughts, these were the two things that provided the foundational level of success for me. So let's get right into the exercises, and I'm going to ask you to bear with me because this might not seem relevant to your overall success journey. But after you've been practicing this a week or two, or definitely a month, you will definitely understand how this is going to help you when we get to the part where we actually set your SMART goals and we put your dreams out on paper and we visualize those dreams. You'll see at that point how these two exercises are going to be crucial in helping you to do that. And I have not seen anyone who's seriously attempted to perform these exercises that within a 30-day period of time hasn't benefited in some way from it. And most people, and myself included, had a tremendous benefit. At the end of 30 days, I noticed myself becoming more disciplined. I noticed myself being more aware of my thoughts, more aware of my situation, more aware of my motivations, more aware of my shortcomings without actually judging myself. So we're going to get right to the exercises. The first exercise is simply a mindfulness practice. And this was really the foundation for the transformation that I've made over the last few years. So a mindfulness practice is just finding a quiet, comfortable place to sit, taking a couple of deep breaths. And if you take 2 or 3 deep breaths, you'll notice your body start to relax a little bit. when your body begins to relax, you're going to want to pick an anchor. And the anchor that I've always used and felt that it's the best anchor for people to start with is just your normal breath in and out. Just focus on your breath in and out. And as you focus on that, you'll notice thoughts start to come up. When you notice a thought start to come up, you simply acknowledge the thought. Don't add anything more to it. And then go right back to gently focusing on your breath in and out. And a lot of people will get frustrated because they say they can't meditate because they keep getting caught up in thought. But that's exactly the practice. That's what this practice is about. It's about learning to notice the thoughts that come up and then going back to focusing on what you want to. And this is one of the things that will help you long term, that you'll transfer from this exercise into your daily life. So again, I just want to review the process so you understand how to do it. Find a quiet, comfortable place where you're not likely to get interrupted. Turn off the alerts on your cell phone, all those things. Take 3 long, slow, deep breaths. And as you notice your body start to relax, start to focus on your breath, your anchor. In and out. And the purpose of this exercise is really to do nothing. And then when a thought comes up, just acknowledge the thought, don't add anything to it, and then go back to focusing on your breath. Do this twice a day for 10 minutes for this first week until next week. And if at that point you've had some success with it and you want to increase the amount of time, or you couldn't quite get to 10 minutes and you've only gotten to 5, and you can use next week to go the full 10 minutes. So that's the first exercise. This is going to begin to get you accustomed to noticing the thoughts that come up. And as you notice them, you'll notice that they're thoughts. Over a period of time, you'll notice this. You might not be able to identify the exact thoughts that are holding you back now, but over a period of time, you'll notice your thoughts, and you'll notice to call BS on them. And instead of pushing them back down where they're just going to come back up later, just acknowledge that you had the thought and go back to focusing on whatever task you're doing, or if you're meditating, focusing on the breath. So that is task number 1. Task number 2 is going to be picking a task that you don't like to do. Hopefully it's something simple and menial. For me, that task was washing the dishes. I hated to wash the dishes. So when I would set out to wash the dishes, or when I had to wash the dishes, before I started, I would take that same couple of deep breaths and I would wash the dishes very mindfully, noticing the temperature of the water on my hands, noticing the food wipe away from the dish and kind of fall off, noticing every simple step in the process. And during that time, inevitably, that thought that I hate washing dishes would come up. And when it did, I just did the same thing that I told you about in the meditation practice. I just went right back to focusing on my anchor, which in this case was just the process of washing the dishes. I know this might sound like something that's not going to help a whole lot, but you will definitely begin to get control of your mind this way. This is kind of the entryway. That way, when we start to set the SMART goals, we start to set the achievement, you can kind of avoid that discouragement and insecurity and those type of things, because you'll be accustomed to dealing with the thoughts that come up and slow you down. This is the first week in these exercises, and I promise in a few weeks we'll be well on our way to helping you achieve your goals. And this is probably the most sure-footed way that I know to get from point A to point B for most people. And I thank you very much for your time and attention today, and I'll see you in next week's video. Thank you.